This pepper isn't your everyday kind. It's something special, created by a clever guy named Ed Curry. He calls it a pretty and colorful fruit. But don't be fooled. It's got a hidden heat that's downright devilish. Ed Curry didn't just luck into making a spicy pepper. He spent a long time, since 1981, studying different kinds of peppers. In his greenhouse, he mixed and matched them, trying to make new peppers that were hotter and hotter. His big aim was to make the spiciest pepper in the world, and guess what? He did it! Ed Curry knew the trick to making peppers super spicy, something called capsaicin. All peppers have a bit of it, but Ed wanted to crank it up as high as possible to make the peppers crazy hot. Word got out about Ed all over the world, especially among people who love peppers. People from everywhere sent him peppers to test. He got peppers from Pakistan, and even a friend from St. Vincent Island sent him one. The Pakistani pepper, called Naga, is one of the hottest peppers around. In 2012, Ed mixed these two kinds of peppers and made the Carolina Reaper as the world's spiciest pepper. Ed Curry really knows his peppers, and the Carolina Reaper is proof of his spicy skills. The Carolina Reaper quickly claimed the title of the world's spiciest pepper, earning its spot in the Guinness World Records in the same year. The spiciness of peppers is measured on a scale known as the Scoville scale, abbreviated as SU. The higher the number, the hotter the pepper. For example, almost sweet peppers have a Scoville rating of around 3,000. As the numbers go above 3,000, the peppers get hotter and hotter. For instance, the jalapeno scores around 5,000 on the Scoville scale, while the Thai chili, a very spicy pepper from Thailand, hits a whopping 100,000 on the scale. Habanero pepper from the Amazon jungles, which has a Scoville rating of 350,000. Next in line is an Indian pepper known as the ghost pepper, with a Scoville rating exceeding 1 million, truly frightening. While it held the record as the world's spiciest pepper, the Carolina Reaper came along and shattered that record. The Carolina Reaper is more than 2.5 times hotter than the ghost pepper, boasting a Scoville rating of a staggering 2.5 million. That's some serious heat. As we mentioned, capsaicin determines the spiciness or sweetness of peppers. For example, 10 big habaneros can have as much capsaicin as one small Carolina Reaper. This means if you eat those 10, you'd experience the same fiery sensation as eating one Carolina Reaper. And if you want to match the spiciness with a jalapeno, you'd have to eat 600 of them. Now, what's the point of having peppers this hot? Well, if you eat them, you'll feel the heat. It's like setting your mouth on fire. Mr. Ed Curry is quite a unique person. Not only does he grow these peppers, but he also eats them himself, casually, as if he's munching on cucumbers. If there were a global Carolina Reaper eating competition, Mr. Ed Curry would undoubtedly be the champion, leaving the second place far behind. This guy has been a fan of spicy peppers since childhood, and he's eaten so many that he's become accustomed to the heat, hardly noticing how spicy they are. He hasn't done all this for money. He simply enjoys making them spicier and eating them. He even says, "My goal is to make Carolina Reaper even hotter." Mr. Ed Curry's work with peppers is similar to breeding dogs. You know there are many dog breeds, and humans created this diversity in the last 200 years. Mr. Ed Curry does the same with peppers. He mixes different kinds, creates new products, essentially producing hybrid peppers. He has produced around 600 different pepper varieties. He fertilizes the flowers himself and places pollen from one pepper onto another, repeating this process regularly. As you know, anyone wanting to do this must be very patient, because plants, unlike animals, might take a year of work with no specific result, but he keeps going. Mr. Ed Curry says, "I've been addicted to spicy food since childhood. If I don't eat something spicy for a day, my mouth feels dry and I can't function. It's strange even for me that I eat Carolina Reaper empty-handed, but it gives me a special pleasure." We can never eat this pepper. Not even the Indians who eat the spiciest foods every day can handle Carolina Reaper. Mr. Ed Curry has continued this work for over 30 years, until one day his wife suggested, "You produce so many different peppers. Why not sell them?" After that, Mr. Curry started his company. Carolina Reaper, being recognized as the world's spiciest pepper and Guinness World Record holder, boosted his business. He even produces and sells spicy sauces, with the spiciest being the Carolina Reaper sauce. If you attempt to handle a Carolina Reaper pepper with your bare hands, it will literally burn your skin because its capsaicin content is so high. Instead of just burning your mouth, it will burn your hands too, as capsaicin penetrates the skin and enters the bloodstream. To work with this pepper, you need thick gloves. If you touch it and then touch your eyes, you won't see anything for a few days. Now, if someone like us, who isn't used to eating this pepper, were to try it, what would happen? First, your hands would start trembling, your heart rate would skyrocket, and your body would heat up so much that you'd begin to sweat. Tears would stream from your eyes, and your mouth would feel like it's truly on fire, and your nose won't stop running. Now, how long do these effects of eating a Carolina Reaper last? In the first 20 minutes, you'll feel awful. After the initial 20 minutes, these symptoms subside, and the pain transfers to your stomach. Your stomach feels like you've swallowed molten material, and this condition persists for up to 5 hours. After 5 hours, the pain gradually subsides, and you start feeling a bit better until it's time to use the restroom. There, the burning sensation in the lower part of your body reignites, and it feels like the devil is leaving your system. Now, what do you think is the price of this pepper? It's approximately $1 each. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for being with Versa Vista.